My husband prioritized his mistress over me. Now he wants me to adopt their baby?
Just like do it.
My husband, Tyler, 41 male of 14 years, is a huge fan of both this Reddit and the, oh my God, and the OK Storytime podcast. Us.
Dude, like, that's literally us.
So I'm writing this here so that he can really hear me. By the way, this comes from Puzzled and Broken, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, background. I, 38 female, and Tyler met in high school. We started dating in my final year and stayed together through college before moving in together and getting married in our 20s. We have 3 children, 1 boy, 8, 2 girls, 5 and 2 months. Last night, our pretty wonderful lives got destroyed when Tyler came home visibly upset. He poured himself a large drink and sat at our dining table with his head in his hands. I've never seen him like this. I put the kids to bed, fed the baby, and then went to talk to him. I wish I hadn't. I feel sick to my stomach. So he starts with how sorry he is that he missed Camille's birth. How? Oh, he missed what? He missed
I'm
your baby's
assuming that's
birth?
the 2-month.
Yeah,
newest
the 2 month
child.
the new one.
The new release.
The newest edition.
Yeah.
How odd. We'd talked about this. He'd been in Canada on business when she decided to make an early arrival, except he wasn't. He was in Canada, but at the birth of his other daughter by his mistress, Emily, of 4 years.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, 1, crazy. 2, what are the coincidence? Like, what coincidence it is to have your affair baby be same time as your other baby?
Man's biological processes run like clockwork.
Apparently. They were born less than 24 hours apart.
Twinning.
The universe wanted him to get caught. They wanted him to get caught. I nearly threw up there and then, but I'd not long cleaned up from dinner, so I'm very glad I didn't. As if Tyler hadn't just burnt down our entire family, he continued. Emily is not okay. She can't care for the baby, and she wants him to have her. She wants to give up all her parental rights and that we can raise the baby as Camille's twin. Though through all of this, I haven't said a word. I hadn't shed a single tear, but that was the straw that broke the metaphorical camel's back. I walked out and locked myself in the bathroom. Tyler knocked on the door about 15 minutes later, telling me he has the effing paperwork for me to sign to bring his daughter back to our home country.
Hey, so I don't know, shot in the dark here. I feel like your secret baby has nothing to do with OP.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And he really needs me to sign it ASAP to get things moving. No, the only thing you'll be signing are divorce papers.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of this, though. I don't understand the affair. I thought we were happy. I feel so numb, so freaking stupid. I'm walking around in a dreamlike haze, hoping to wake up before I knew any of it. We are pretty religious, and divorce normally would never even be an option. But how can I stay with this man? But if I leave and reject his baby, I'll be shunned by our entire community as well as our children. I feel sick and ashamed, and I have no idea what to do. I'm wondering if they're Mormon.
Yeah.
There are some comments and an update. But wow, do not sign that paperwork. No.
Anyone who would ostracize you for being like, hey, my husband telling me we had to adopt his affair baby was kind of my like that was my limit. It crossed the line. I had to leave.
Yeah.
Anyone who would judge you for that, just
you don't want to
run
be in
away
that
from
community.
them anyway. Yeah. That's a terrible community.
Absolutely.
Full of people whose values are completely skewed.
Comment 1, do not sign any paperwork your husband gives you. That affair baby is not your child. They may be innocent in all this, but that doesn't mean you need to take on the raising of them. Your husband's affair partner should have thought about how she couldn't take care of a child way before now and used the proper birth control or terminated the pregnancy. Not count on her affair partner and his wife to raise her baby. The absolute audacity. As for your community, if they will shun you because your husband cheated and tried to bring his affair baby home as a twin to your actual baby, well, that's a religious community that's full of hypocrites, ain't it? You can also move away with your children. There's nothing keeping you there. This is exactly what I said. Your husband made the conscious choice to stick his wiener in another woman. You can make the conscious choice to leave his cheating butt. Nowhere in the Bible is cheating condoned. It's actually frowned upon, and there are multiple passages referencing it. which you should know, but can look up. I mean, it's one of the 10 commandments.
Thou shalt not
commit adultery.
Commit adultery. That one.
That one, yeah. You're thinking of 11B.
Yeah, 11B. That was one of the rough draft commandments that didn't make it in there.
He came with 20 and he was like, we got to cut this down.
Yeah, he's like, I really feel like the one about the secret baby and the affair can kind of be rolled into one.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. But there is an update. Today, I dropped off our children at school and the baby to my in-laws and returned home to talk to my husband. We talked for hours. I told him I needed the truth, all of it. And now I don't think I've ever known this man. Tyler strongly believes he's done nothing wrong. That's insane. That's insane. This man is clinically insane. He's not married to anyone in the countries where he works.
Wow, he actually does.
That's crazy. I feel like we're just like reading ahead, but we're not.
That's the most unhinged thing you could ever. But it's just
to those of you that said Emily might not be the only one, gold stars. There are several other women, some past, some present, and even another child who is 13 years old.
Oh my God.
I went to collect our baby after asking him to pack a bag and be gone before I got back. I need time to think. But my in-laws knew the second I arrived that something was very wrong. I broke down and told them everything. Mother-in-law is defending him.
Of course she is.
Saying he's made a mistake. We were young when we were married and that babies are a blessing wherever they come from. Father-in-law is raging, however. He tried to tell his wife that no matter how she tried, he was indefensible. Father-in-law is a lawyer and immediately jumped into action. He's signing over a portion of the family trust so that I can support myself and the children.
Nice.
At least the father-in-law is on your side. It's more than generous and will be needed as I'm not getting a divorce. Are you...
Oh.
Okay, he thinks, given the information we have, that I can apply for an annulment. Sick.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. You get the support of the community, I guess, still. And also leave your cheating husband. That way, my standing is intact and I can move on without the stigma of divorce. So, Tyler, if you're reading this or listening to this, I want an annulment, and I really hope you read the comments, and I hope you've listened to this episode.
Yeah.
Some people have really captured your essence in describing you. And there is a second update. So this is my second update. The first was a quick edit to my original post, but a lot has happened since then, so I thought I would come on and alleviate my stress by getting it all out on here. I can no longer say it feels like I'm in a haze. My emotions finally kicked in and they hit my butt hard. I've spent a few days being the second worst mother, nonstop crying and shouting at my little ones for just being tiny humans that don't know better. I admit it, I suck. I mean, but you're human.
Well, you're a pretty rough spot.
Yeah. Be gentle with yourself. But at least I don't win first place. That honor goes to my mother-in-law. Not only did she know, she was encouraging his behavior. Shortly before my wedding, Tyler went to her and told her that his bit on the side was pregnant. She was in yet another country, so out of fear of losing her baby boy to another continent, mother-in-law decided to tell him to go forth and multiply, but not poop where he eats. Hence, he kept it from me and married me anyway. What an idiot I am for never noticing a darn thing. Mother-in-law not only knew about his other two children, she's met them. She travels a lot.
Oh my God.
Who would suspect the sneaky bee? Sent them gifts. She even set up college funds for each of them, all behind father-in-law's back.
Dude, this is like the epitome of like baby insanity, like the grandma.
Yeah.
Like grandchild insanity. She's like, go forth, my son.
Multiply.
Give me grandchildren on every continent.
As many stars in the sky are how many grandchildren I want to see.
I deserve to have 100 grandchildren.
Yeah. Your mother-in-law is yikes. Father-in-law is not a happy camper, and I guess we will have to wait and see how he handles the situation.
Divorce, I hope.
Hopefully. But for now, he's staying at a 5-star resort. So at least he's grieving the demise of his family in well-earned comfort.
Good for him.
On to Tyler. He did see the post. The last thing he said to me was, how could you destroy the thing where I find my peace? You shall find no peace here.
Like a side piece?
No. Us. Us.
No, I meant.
Oh. Oh, you're making a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sort of like a play on words. It's advanced. I'm trying to develop it. Like, I feel like playing on words could be like the next big thing.
It could be the next big thing. Right back at you, pal. He has now deleted all his socials, so I'm very sorry to OP. to us as you've lost a fan. That's all right. That's okay.
Hey.
We didn't need him.
Don't worry about it.
We haven't spoken for a few days, but the last time we did, he agreed to sign over the house and won't contest the annulment. He doesn't want to see our children and will sign away his rights. After all, if the marriage didn't happen, the kids didn't either, right? I'm not sure what the deal is with Canadian mistress and baby, other than mother-in-law is determined that I should at least sign the adoption papers so that poor little thing can be with her family.
Hey, mother-in-law, why don't you sign the adoption papers? Why don't you adopt her since you love her so much?
I wonder if they're just trying to get her like an American citizenship. Like if that's the trick key thing here. I don't know. But I don't know why they would need OP's signature for that. I'm not signing anything. I don't blame the baby. I understand it's time sensitive, but what's to stop him abandoning this baby girl when something else comes along, just like he has with our children?
Exactly.
I don't have the emotional capacity to take on the baby whose existence brought my life crashing down, no matter how innocent she is. I truly hope she ends up in a home where she's cherished forever, but that home won't be mine. Which brings us to me and my children. We are all going to therapy individually and family. We need the help. Geez, I need the help to navigate this huge, life-changing mess that we find ourselves in. We had our first session on Friday, and it could have gone better, but it could have been a lot worse. The children know, in an age-appropriate, roundabout way, what is happening. There have been tears and tantrums, but they're just trying to adapt to a range of emotions they don't understand, and I'd never have wished on them. Once the dust settles and all the legal stuff is over, I want to sell the house and move. We need a fresh start and new people around us. I'm not sure what to do about the in-laws yet. Obviously, father-in-law has been amazing, putting everything into action and getting us in to see the right people. But I'm not sure I can ever forgive mother-in-law enough to look her in the face. But you should look us in the face by listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime.
That's right. Listen to us with your face.
Listen. But there is a little bit left to this story.
On your face.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah. I think, I don't know if I'd ever forgive mother-in-law or my ex either.
Nope. I don't think you should.
Yeah.
I don't think you should. I think there is we always talk about forgiveness in the concept of like eventually letting that, anger or releasing that anger. So you're not always thinking about these people and they don't occupy your mind at every moment. But I don't think you ever have to forgive them in the sense that, welcome them back into your life. No.
Yeah, I think if your mother-in-law ever is in the same location as you and tries to talk to you, you should literally just don't say anything. Just look around like,
don't even talking to me?
Don't even say is someone talking. Just be like,
yeah, like you kind of do like a.
That was weird.
Some buzzing.
Exactly.
Huh. There is a little bit left to the story, so we're gonna read it.
That's right.
OP, I truly hope you're okay. Tyler wants no contact, and I'm fine with that. But mother-in-law adores her grandchildren. Not enough to keep our family together, though, clearly. I don't know if I should let her see them. I really am not sure of much right now. And quick edit, having read this back, I just wanted to clarify I wasn't shouting at my children for days, just snapping at them when they wanted things like snacks or to play, or constantly asking questions about why mama was so sad. I'm disgusted with myself, so please be kind in the comments. Be kind to yourself. I'm getting professional help with my mental health. Thanks again. Comments. Comment 1. The majority of these comments are saying to not let the mother-in-law see the children. However, I will be the devil's advocate for the sake of the kids. Their father already abandoned them. I would not cut the entire side of the family off yet because they will feel more unwanted. If you do not do it abruptly. Gradually ease them into it, even if you have minimal contact with his side of the family. You don't want to villainize yourself even more in the situation. Good luck. NOP says, the children haven't seen mother-in-law since we found out that she knew and encouraged Tyler's behavior, but they have seen father-in-law several times. Mother-in-law messages several times a day asking about the children, but until now, I haven't replied. I will speak to the children's therapist about the best way to go about any contact she has with the children moving forward. Comment 2 says, I think it could be incredibly damaging to your children to have anything to do with your ex's side of the family when he is completely abandoning them and when your ex-mother-in-law has proved herself to be a pretty immoral human being. But that is definitely something to discuss with a good therapist. For now, I suggest you keep her massively at a distance until you're clear on what to do. I wish you and your children the very happiest future. Opie says, thank you. For now, I'm only keeping in touch with father-in-law, who is not talking to his wife at all. Everybody is still stunned by her attitude to the entire situation. If they get back together, I would have to set up strict boundaries for the children to have contact with father-in-law, as I really don't want her filling my kids' heads with horrible nonsense. I really appreciate all the comments and support. I genuinely just feel really lost right now. And that is the end of that story.
Oh, but you're going to find a little bit of peace somewhere now that you're at least out of this situation with the... I hid late utility bills from my husband, and it destroyed his trust in me.
That is usually how that goes.
Hi, all. I messed up badly and need some advice. My husband and I have been married for 15 years and generally have a great relationship. I really admire him. He's a wonderful husband. He's kind, conscientious, and loving. He's a nurse and works hard to support our family. He is the sole breadwinner. I'm in charge of paying bills in the family. By the way, this comes from user limp.8648. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. So 3 months ago, I got behind on our utility bill. We rent and pay gas and electric to the landlord. I didn't tell my husband and planned to pay the back due over a few payments in order to get current. I should have told him though. For background, my family is harmful and I was raised with a lot of guilt and secrecy around money. And I've had issues in the past with my husband where I wasn't honest in my communication with him about financial issues or have kept information from him. I have bipolar disorder and he has been patient with the complications this has added. He's also dealt with a lot of BS from my family being intrusive and verbally harmful to us. He asked me to promise to never keep things from him again, and we moved forward. I thought I had been doing much better with these issues, and we were really on track until November. Just after Thanksgiving, my mom got sick and passed away about 7 weeks later from the vid in January. Dang. Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, a lot to deal with.
During this time, we were also dealing with major winter storms, and our car was crushed by a falling tree.
Dude, can't catch a break.
Truly. My dad and my sister ramped up their harmful behaviors in the wake of my mom's passing. I thought I was generally coping all right, but I fell behind on paying our utility bills, and I didn't inform my husband. I mean, it's honestly, you've got so much going on.
Yeah. No,
it's pretty understandable.
If it's just that you like truly just fell behind and forgot about it,
right?
You are going through a lot.
If you were not paying the utility bills and instead using it to buy like an excursion, like okay, now I'm upset, but you're not doing that. So with all these chaotic events, I let myself fall back into old patterns of behavior like secrecy, and I was afraid to tell him. I felt like a failure, and I should have just told him. But now I'm making payments and getting back on track, and things are fine with the landlord. However, this morning, my husband got an email from the landlord's office with a statement of the past bills, and he's understandably furious with me for not telling him. I don't think he wants a relationship with me anymore.
Wow. That is like, I mean, I think I do understand that he's probably upset and frustrated that he was not told about any of these like financial things. But I do think that if I were in this situation, I'd be more mad if they were still in that financial situation.
Sure.
But it seems like she fixed it. She was dealing with the problem, fixed it. Yeah.
I think given the context of everything you described to us,
I would be a little bit more forgiving.
Perfectly reasonable that given everything going on, you went, and I really can't tell my husband about this because of old patterns.
Yeah. Not to say that those are okay. Like those are still things that need to be,
it's a bad pattern,
dealt with.
But it's understandable where it came from.
I think I would be a little bit more understanding, but of course don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, because OP continues here that my husband thinks I'm hiding other stuff from him.
Ooh.
Does anyone have any advice on what I can do? Thank you in advance for your help. I feel like my heart is being crushed out of my chest. There's an edit. Sorry, I wasn't very clear. He's not angry that we were in a financial situation where we got behind. He told me he would have understood that. He's angry because I didn't tell him about this when he's repeatedly asked me to be fully transparent about financial issues. There are some relevant comments from Wamperd. What did you do with the money instead? OP says there wasn't any instead. Finances were just tighter in November, December, January, the months that I fell behind due to higher costs of everything, and then us not having a car, so having to deal with that. In early March, we finally got the insurance settlement for the totaled car, and we were finally back on track financially. So now I'm in the process of paying back those 3 months, but I didn't tell him at the time, and I should have. Was the husband's anger directed at the financial difficulty or the lack of transparency? We already know, but OP says he was aware of rising costs of everything, definitely, but when I'd go to the grocery store or get gas, etc., I wasn't as forthcoming as I should have been about how those costs were affecting us at the time. I would say things like, wow, things are a lot more expensive now, and we'd kind of talk about it in an abstract way, but I didn't clearly say it like, hey, I'm going to pay the utility bill late because the landlord is okay with a late payment and the other bills don't have that option. I hid that fact from him because I felt guilty and embarrassed because I had failed, quote unquote. So that's why he's so upset, because there wasn't a good reason not to tell him. I felt ashamed because I wasn't able to make everything work because costs were higher and I felt responsible for that. So he would ask how things were going and I'd say, oh yeah, we're doing okay. But I should have just told him all this, especially since he's asked me to be transparent with him on this stuff. I understand why he's angry with me. So he did ask.
Yeah.
And you would kind of just be like, we're fine. Which you were, because you had worked it out with the landlord.
Yeah.
So in my head, you didn't really lie at all. And you didn't fail. You perfectly handled the situation.
I think that I think I would have a different take if you guys were in like thousands of dollars in debt and getting evicted, you know? But I think because I think you guys just need to work on your communication. I think that there's some sort of disconnect here.
It feels like he's more talking from a place of principle.
Yes,
more
it does. Then this is actually
the actual situation.
I agree. Yeah. In which case, that like you both need to go to couples counseling and figure out how do you communicate without OP falling back into like the trauma response of wanting to hide things and him maybe taking a less active role in the finances. Like we need to switch those.
Yeah, especially communication styles too, because it's like you literally responded the exact way that she was afraid you would respond, which is going to deepen the, trauma response.
Mm-hmm.
So, excellent Mango 7377 says, you didn't say what you spent the money on. Again, nothing. There was no money. It was just the bill didn't get paid because there wasn't enough money.
They didn't have money.
Nothing was being spent.
The OP's partner was mad because he was not aware that they didn't have the money to pay for the bills.
Right. I'm skipping the rest of that comment.
Yeah.
It asks how much money in total are we talking here? OP says it was a total of about $700, and it was just that finances were tighter for about 3 months because of higher costs and not having the car. And I wasn't communicating how that was affecting us at the time. And I thought I could just take care of it once we had more money coming in, and he was upset that I hadn't been clear with him. But we do have an update.
Yeah.
So
let's get into it.
I'd written the post Friday, and my husband slept in the spare room that night. When I got up on Saturday, he told me he'd actually found the Reddit post when he couldn't sleep and read everyone's comments. Oh boy. That gave us a lot to talk about. And again, I really appreciate everyone's input and good ideas. We had a really great talk about everything that's been going on. I told him again how sorry I was that I'd broken his trust and that I completely understand why he's upset. My husband said that some of the comments reframed the situation a little bit for him, and we were able to have a long talk about all the fear and shame and issues with communication we both have around money. He said he realized he should have been more involved with the finances, but he's also had some anxiety about money in the past. So he was basically leaving it to me so he didn't have to think about it. And he was sorry for that. Somebody give me my blue ribbon.
Yeah, I think
me
that's,
my gold
I mean, that's
medal.
what we were saying. Like it was a problem on like both sides of how they were communicating this. And it's good that they're both like recognizing this.
Yes, this is good. I like this trajectory. We're going to be doing things differently in the future. As several Redditors suggested, going forward, my husband and I will be having weekly check-in meetings to review all the financial stuff, what bills are paid that week, etc. I never want to go down this path again, so we're feeling really good about this plan and sticking to it. I had my first therapy appointment this morning via Zoom. Woo.
Nice.
My husband is super excited for me and really happy in general that I finally took the step of seeing a professional. The therapist seems like a good fit so far, and I'll be going weekly. Seeing so many comments telling me I needed to get in with a therapist was a wake-up call. All the comments reminding me of the toll my actions were taking on my marriage were a wake-up call. My husband is a great guy, and I'm so thankful we're working to move forward on this. I'm looking forward to working with the therapist. It's a little scary, but definitely for the best. My husband is really excited for me to feel better, so that is helping me feel more positive about it too. And you know what'll make you feel more positive is listening to the full episodes with stories just like this one on Spotify or iHeartRadio or Apple Podcasts or YouTube or like the moon. I don't know, wherever you listen to podcasts, just search OK Storytime. And you'll find over 60 days worth of stories to listen to. That's 24 hours times 60.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
So all in all, things are looking much better, and we have an action plan for going forward. I was really blown away by all the sincere and wonderful advice and support I got from the kind folks of Reddit.
Always.
Which is not always
what
we read.
You always get kind and supportive comments from Reddit.
Level-headed, cool, calm, collected.
Never known anything else.
Divorce your husband, set his house on fire.
Yeah.
Don't do that. So I really don't know how well I would have handled this situation without you all. Again, thank you so much. And that is the end of that story.
Lovely.